All right. Welcome to DCT.
Episode 32. Ben, Jaden Daniels is back.
He's so good.
He came back all smiles. The Commanders looked great. We'll get into that a little bit later, but seeing him back on the field, seeing him work that offense, it was exactly what we wanted to see from him. And, a little bit of off the field action too with some Juju Watkins little.
Yeah.
I mean, the armband, you got the dap up. I like fangirling about my quarterback. So,
Who doesn't? The little dap was cute.
and
They're a nice couple.
speaking of that game, what a game that was. I
Yeah.
mean, 27-10 Commanders victory against the Chargers at SoFi.
Starting out 10-0, we thought it was going to be another, you know, Green Bay game, Atlanta game. Defense stops defending
Yeah.
during the entirety of the game, really. Um, but I'm glad. Started out 10-0, then we went on a 27-0 run. It's exactly what we needed. I think Jaden was solid. 58% completion rate, one touchdown, no interception. Good, not great.
Hmm.
That's all we needed from him. I think we should talk about our offense and our defense, but why don't we do one key play on offense from you and one key play on defense from me? So, what do you think that one key offensive play was?
I think one play that really kickstarted our offense was our white boy with a little bit of swag, Luke McCaffrey, 50-yard catch with essentially one hand, but I want to give it to him just because, I like the kid. He's got guts. That was definitely a Kickstarter for us. We went down the drive before and scored a field goal. We forced the Chargers to punt the ball away, and then first or second play out the gate, just bomb straight to McCaffrey, and that brought us down the field. Inevitably, we did score a touchdown to bring it to 10-10 with Bill, who was his first of second or of two that game. So that was definitely a pivotal moment for us, especially after getting no offensive production that entire first half.
Yeah.
Definitely looked good on the sheets. Um, Debo had a good game, 8 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown with the little 40-yard fade pass at the end of the game,
Yeah.
which was good. Our second leading receiver, though, was Bill. And as much as I love Bill, he's not a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a little bit more out of our wide receiving room. You had Luke with one catch, Jalen Lane with one catch, McNichols, Bates, and Tay Martin all with one catch. So I like that he only threw, what was it, like 18 passes or something like that? No interceptions, but we should spread the ball around a little bit more. I think that would be key to us elevating our offense from that 27 echelon to like in that 30s echelon, which is where I feel comfortable in letting our defense do whatever Joe Witt thinks comes across his etch a sketch that day. So, offense looked good. Definitely a Luke McCaffrey spark plug in that game.
Yeah.
What do you think for the defense was that real kickstart for us?
100% that Quan Martin forced fumble. I mean, Quentin Johnson catches it like he was all day. 19 yards. We were like, okay, this is going to be another debilitating drive. 20 yards a catch. And then Quan Martin comes in, punches it out. Marshawn Lattimore's goofy ass runs over, jumps on top of it. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. That drive, that play led to a 9 play, 94-yard drive, ending in that Bill touchdown. So, I mean, Quan Martin MVP of that game, in my opinion.
For sure.
Marshawn was a lot better, I think. Dorrance Armstrong, 2 sacks. I mean, Von Miller, 1.5 sacks, I believe.
Yep.
The defense got it done, which I wasn't expecting, and I'm very happy because of it.
Yeah, it was a great game all around, especially with not a lot of people thinking that the game was going to end up that way. I think ESPN, 9 out of 10 of them said that the Chargers were going to win. Um, so fuck you, ESPN. Um, we moved to 3-2, and I feel confident about our game next week, which we will talk about in a little bit.
Yeah. All right. I think we move away from Washington for a little while. Let's move into our hot and cold segment. Keenan and I will both give a take that we have, and the other will label it as cold or hot, depending on whether we think it's controversial or not. Words are hard today. So it's sounding like my regular self after this stupid cold I've had for 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
whatever. We're not going to talk about that. Sorry for sniffling, folks. First take.
First take. I think AJ Brown is a bottom five wide receiver one in the league right now. His first 5 weeks have been pretty brutal. Um, Jalen Hurts is just not getting enough time in the pocket to find his guys, and you can see those wide receivers are suffering from that. Um, pair it with some off the field emotions from AJ and even Devonta. Like the wide receiver room is just not getting a lot of love. And from a statistical standpoint, he has not been the wide receiver one that we know AJ Brown is. And while the Eagles are still winning games and the Eagles are still getting it done, I just don't think that when you have someone like Saquon who can get you those 100 scrimmage yards a game just by being Saquon.
Yeah.
Um, the wide receiving room has definitely taken that and kind of just like put it on the front burners. They kind of catch the ball when they need to, or when Jalen Hurts decides he wants to be a quarterback and throws him the ball. Um, but there are definitely a lot of most of wide receiver ones in the league that are outperforming him right now.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that he's shown up a whole lot this year. So yeah, bottom five wide receiver one right now.
I think that's incredibly hot. I think it's, in my opinion, it's not a great take. I mean, the Eagles are doing what they have to win, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what everyone's statistics are if you get the win. So
Yeah,
who
it's
cares?
really the only one that matters is the W. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that record is the only thing that matters at the end of the day.
yeah. Fuck Philly. Anyways,
My
yours?
take: the NFL needs to just completely eliminate ties. I think it's a stupid way to end a game. That Cowboys Packers game was the epitome of this. Everybody was excited. It was Micah versus Dallas. It was Jerry Jones versus Green Bay. And the whole thing ended in a stalemate. You were like, "Oh great, they're kicking a field goal to tie. Are you kidding me? That's the shit that we get after watching that entire freaking 65-minute game, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous in my opinion. I don't think it should be a thing. Yeah.
Get rid of the tie. Yeah. There was $1.1 billion in bets invested in that Cowboys Packers game. I'm not making that up. You can look it up at home. You can look it up when we're done. $1.1 billion invested in that Cowboys Packers game. Um, Not saying Vegas had anything to do with it. Not saying the NFL is scripted. But for that game to end in a tie when that much money was placed on money lines is kind of ridiculous. Anyways, I think that's a pretty good take. I know a lot of people don't like ties, especially if they're non-football fans,
Yeah.
because I mean, most sports don't end in a tie.
Unless
So
it's soccer.
unless it's soccer, in which case, well, but um, yeah, get rid of the tie. I like it. I think
Yeah.
it's a moderate take. My second take is I think the Saints are going to win at least 5 games this year. And after their win last week against the Giants, I was looking at their schedule. 5 games that they have for the rest of the season, I think that they could win. They have two against the Panthers, they have one against the Jets, one against the Titans, and one against the Dolphins. Now, I think that they could do just enough to beat any of these teams. And Carolina, being the hit and miss team that they are, they could go up and score 30 one week and then get a donut in the next one. So
Yeah.
it just depends on if they're on. The Jets still don't have a win. Justin Fields doesn't know how to play football.
They're bad.
They're really bad. The Titans got their first win this week, but I think it was a fluke because they played the Cardinals, and that was terrible.
Don't get me started
And the
on.
Dolphins, after they come back from Madrid, I don't know if they're going to ever want to play football again. So I think they take 4 of these 5 games, and I think they end with a 5-12 record. Nowhere near sniffing the playoffs. But I think it's going to go against what we said at the beginning of the season with them having the worst record. I think that they may have the second or third worst record, but it definitely won't be the worst. I think the Jets might hold that title.
I think that's a hot take. And the only reason I think it's a hot take is because I think that the Saints are going to trade Alvin Kamara at some point this season. I
As they
think
should.
I think he's been great for them. They're not making the playoffs this season. They're not making the playoffs the season after that. It makes sense for them to try to get draft capital for him, especially when they've gotten Kendre Miller in the backfield that can head it up after he leaves. But I think it makes sense for them to get rid of him, and because of that, they're not going to win as many games. So I think it's a hot take.
Yeah. I mean, hey, say what you will. Free country, right? Anyways, your second hot take.
If the Bills don't win the Super Bowl this year, they have to fire Sean McDermott. I think they're 90 and 46 in the regular season without him. They're 7 and 7 in the playoffs with him. I mean, Josh has played in 13 of those games. I think the one before him was the Tyrod Taylor game that they lost to the Jags, I believe it was. But it's not Josh. I mean, Josh in 13 games, he has 3,300 yards. He's got 25 touchdowns and he's got 4 interceptions. That's a great touchdown interception ratio, obviously. He's got 670 yards, 7 rushing touchdowns. He's got, I think it's 101 passer rating. He's doing everything he needs to. The last 5 games, they've given up 32 points. They've given up 27 points. They've given up 27 points, 42 points, and 38 points. Sean McDermott's known for his defense, and he can't even get that right when it matters the most. I don't understand it, and he's got to be gone if they can't capitalize on the rest of the league being mediocre this year.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good take, especially if you're a Bills fan, because I think they've been calling for the head of Sean McDermott for a while now. He has not been able to get it done, getting past that big Mahomes blocker in the playoffs. Um, Goes for the whole team, but it really does start with McDermott. Especially when your defense is letting up over 30 points in all of your playoff games. Like, it just can't happen. And you can't expect your all-star quarterback to go out and give you 40 points a night.
Yeah,
Like, it's not good. It's not reliable.
no,
It's not a reliable way to win a game. So Josh can get you 25 easy. But if your defense could hold them to 21, that's a win. And I think that McDermott needs to figure it out because I don't think Buffalo could handle another playoff deep run loss
yeah.
because it's going to look so bad. So yeah, McDermott, like 2 cans from kicking the door. I don't know if that's an expression. I'll ask my grandpa. Um, but yeah, moderate take. I like it. Um, my third take
Yeah.
for hot or cold. The Jags are going to make the playoffs this year. Um, as of recording this Monday night, the Jags just beat the Chiefs. What was it, 31-28?
31-28, yep.
Yeah. They looked great. I mean, T-Law had a few miscues. There was an interception. There was a fumble on the goal line, but drove right back down the field. Didn't let it affect his game.
Yeah.
Put Mahomes in his place. Won at Arrowhead. That's great. That's a great game from Trevor Lawrence, especially after a win last week. Putting them at 4-1, which is tied for first in the division with the Colts, which at the beginning of the season I thought both of these teams were going to be fighting for the bottom.
Yeah.
But I've been pleasantly surprised. If they can keep this up, I don't see why they couldn't make it into a 5, 6, 7 seed, maybe even winning the AFC South and going into the 4th spot. So I like what the Jags are doing. Offense is on go right now, all cylinders. Their defense looked great. Picked off Mahomes for a 99-yard interception return, which
Yeah.
was marvelous. Um,
Phenomenal. It's great.
Phenomenal. Yeah, I don't see any reason why if they can keep this thing going, they can't make the playoffs this year.
I think that's relatively cold. I think that they have a great defense. I think the whole thing really relies on T Law being able to get it done. Like you said, he had a couple turnovers this game, couple touchdowns. It's just very hit or miss with him, and I think he needs to be a little bit more consistent if they do make the playoff. So I like it.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
My last take is that the Wizards are going to be the 8th seed in the East.
Moving a little bit into the NBA now.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Preseason just started, so
Okay, disclaimer. I'm aware that they won 18 games last year and should have had the number 1 overall pick. It's rigged.
we're not saying the sports is rigged at all, by
No.
the way.
Yeah, definitely not. Freaking Adam Silver's dumb bald ass. But they have CJ McCollum now, very much more consistent than Jordan Poole was. It's never a pool party. It was never a pool party.
Only with baddies on the line.
Chris Middleton is going to be a bit more consistent for us this year. Cam Whitmore added to the team. He's going to look great.
Dog.
They're adding Trey Johnson. They're adding Will Riley, 2 guys that I think can definitely make an impact on the team this year. So you're adding the vets to an already solid young core. They've got Alex Starr. They've got Bub Carrington. They've got Keyshawn Johnson. Is it?
Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah. I can't even remember names. I thought it was Keyshawn George.
That's because it is.
Wow. Idiot.
Okay.
Keyshawn George.
We'll cut that part out.
And then they've got Bilal.
Yeah.
Who will come back after last season. So I think they're going to be a lot better. So that's my take. 8th seed.
I like it. Also, disclaimer, it's late. If we cut that out or not, fuck you. Okay? It's late. It's like in the morning
We
now.
spent 52 minutes filming a video before this just to find out that Keenan's phone had died. It's not a...
There were too many hoes blowing up my line. I couldn't help myself. But yeah, so I like the Wizards at the 8th seed. Their young core is definitely going to be good. You got a majority of your guys who are under the age of 24, and then you have all of these new additions who are over the age of 90. So I'm hoping that they can learn from their wisdom and their experience. And I love going to Wizards games personally. I love going and rooting for my guys. Got my Alex Starr jersey last year. I can't wait to go and get my Trey Johnson jersey this year. Like going to a cheap game, $15. I used to do that with my Commanders, but now they're good and games are impossible to go to now.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see us sneaking into an 8th seed. We've done it before with under 50 wins. I could see us doing it again.
Russell Westbrook, baby.
I mean, he had to average, what, a triple-double to get us there?
Averaged a triple-double. And I distinctly remember in one of those playoffs games, he had a triple-double, but he shot 3 for 19.
Yeah. So, now with the core that we have, I think we could make a solid push for the 8th seed. I think that's a very good take. I don't think it's that cold. It may be cold to the rest of the NBA.
Maybe hot to the rest of the NBA.
Maybe hot to the rest of the NBA.
Cold for us.
Cold for us, hot for them. They like to not shine a lot of light on the Wizards, but they're a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
You take it, a lot of these really bad teams last year, like Charlotte, definitely very entertaining people to watch. And the Charlotte Hornets announcer guy, I don't remember his name, but the guy who made that team watchable last year got his NFL debut this past weekend.
For the Panthers?
Yeah, he was. And what a funny part was, I saw something on the internet about it. There was a guy who was on the Charlotte Hornets that decided, or like just dropped basketball or something, went to the NFL, and I think he caught a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. But he had a big play in the game, and dude was going wild for it, which was a great clip to see on the internet. But I like your take, Wizards 8 seed. Let's run it. Let's go to the playoffs this year. Why not?
All right. One more thing before we get back into our Washington picks. Who do you think the MVP of the NFL is so far this season?
All right, so before y'all give me a bunch of shit about, it's got to be a quarterback if you want it to be valid, I don't give a fuck. Give it to Puka Nacua if he's going on the season that he's going right now. He's got 52 catches, which leads the NFL. He's got 588 receiving yards, which leads the NFL. He's got 2 touchdowns, tied for like 17th. But, it's whatever because the numbers are still there. And that's 117 yards a game on 10 recs for people who suck at math. 11.3 yards per catch. These are great numbers. These are like Cooper Cup, Triple Crown numbers that we were seeing in 2019.
These are better than Jamar Chase crippled Trout numbers.
Cripple Trout is crazy.
You said it's late. Shut up. Keep going.
But yeah. So I know it's a quarterback award. I know he's gonna give me shit for it, but if Saquon got boned for it last year for going over 2,000 all-purpose yards, I could see him making the same mistake twice. I really hope they don't, and I really hope they look at a lot of the super hot players in the league this year rather than just the quarterbacks. Because if I have to listen to another friggin' Josh Allen MVP where he doesn't win a Super Bowl, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. So give it to Puka. He's gonna have a good year. If he goes over 2,000, he should be first ballot. Like, no question.
Well, I am going to shit on your take now. I mean, if Saquon didn't win it last year, Puka's not going to win it this year.
You don't think the Rams win the Super Bowl?
No.
I don't
Do
even
you
I don't
want
even
to?
believe that.
No, I think right now the MVP is Baker Mayfield. He's got 1,200 yards, almost 1,300 yards for fourth in the league. He's got a 68 QBR, which is good for eighth. He's got 10 touchdowns, which is third in the league. And he's got 1 interception through 5 games. Great. He's not turning the ball over. Not only that, every game they've won, he's led them on a game-winning drive. He did it against the Falcons. 5 plays, 63 yards, kicks a field goal, wins the game. 11 plays, 80 yards to beat the Texans with that touchdown. 7 plays, 48 yards to beat the Jets after they had just blocked their field goal and returned it for a touchdown. Against the Seahawks, he drives them down and drives them down. Sam Darnold, and
Yeah.
gave them the ball and with great field position. So, but they kicked the field goal to win the game. He is Mr. Clutch this season. I think he continues doing it the rest of the season. I think he wins MVP because of it. All he has to do is probably get to 12 wins. 12 wins is a lot, but 12 wins, 1 playoff win. I know people don't say that they take into account the playoffs for MVP. They do every year.
Yeah.
Every year who wins directly correlated to whoever's playing in the AFC Championship game. But yeah,
Yeah, I like it. I think Baker's gotten off to a really hot start when it comes to comeback wins, going against some not so good teams and some good teams. Getting a little luck of the Irish with people giving them great field position. But I can't deny Baker's been a really good playoff uh looking forward. Like I could definitely see him making a deep playoff run this year.
yeah,
But as we know, the MVP is a regular season award. It does attribute to some players that are in the playoffs, which generally means that their teams are good. If he can get to 12 wins, I could see it, but I don't think he keeps doing these comeback wins. It's kind of tough to keep that up, and all it shows me is that you can't hold the lead. And I don't know what that says about your defense. I mean, I
yeah,
know the Bucks are in like a retirement home right now with everybody that's hurt on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
yeah.
But I mean, he's got a good shot for it right now. I was calling for Daniel Jones last week, so
You're calling for Justin Herbert,
I know I was
honestly.
calling for Herbert 2 weeks ago. So we'll see. I've been all over the place, but I like your pick.
Thank you.
I think it's good. Do you want to move on to our quick picks?
Quick picks.
All right, let's do it.
Emphasis on quick. I'm tired.
Fire them
I'm
off.
losing it.
Let's go. Lay it on me.
Eagles at Giants.
Eagles.
Eagles dub. Browns Jets.
What?
Browns Jets. Broncos at Jets.
Broncos.
Broncos win. Browns at Steelers.
Steelers.
Browns. They've got a great run game. Chargers at Dolphins.
Chargers.
Chargers by 40. Pats at Saints.
Pats.
Pats. Rams at Ravens.
Rams.
Rams by 20. Cardinals at Colts.
Colts.
Battle of the touchdown fumblers, I guess. Tamari DeMarcado versus Adonai Mitchell. And I think the Colts take it because they're not going to give the ball to Adonai Mitchell. Seahawks at Jags.
Seahawks.
I'm going Jags. I've got that defense outperforming Seahawks one. Cowboys at Panthers.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Titans at Raiders.
I hate saying that. Raiders.
Raiders. Raiders.
Yeah.
Chino, Genti, big game. 49ers at Bucks.
Bucks.
I've got 49ers. They're hot. They're hot right now. So are the Bucks, but
I'm gonna say just glazing fucking Baker for 10 minutes.
Bengals at Packers.
Packers. The
I
Bengals are nothing. No.
Bengals are bad. Micah might kill Jake Browning. Lions at Chiefs.
Good game. Game of the week. I think the Lions take it though.
I think the Lions will win. I think their offense is outperforming the Chiefs right now, and I think the Lions defense is better than the Chiefs right now. Bills at Falcons.
Bills.
Bills Monday
Josh
Night
won't lose
Football.
twice.
Josh don't lose twice. Bears at Commanders.
Last pick.
Last pick.
Bears are Commanders.
A lot going into this.
Yeah, so we got some notes. Getting a Caleb is definitely going to be a big deal for
Yeah.
this game right now. They have a lot of injuries on both sides of the ball, especially on their O line. They're banged up. The Commanders, their front four is going to eat. They're not going to have Jean Baptiste this game.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be out at least until November. But their front four has been great so far. Dorrance, like we were talking about earlier, is 5 sacks on the season.
Dorrance, Vaughn.
He's having great. They're both having great seasons.
Javon Kinlaw pickup of the season, by the way.
Oh, definitely a GOAT pickup for us in the offseason.
Other than Debo, maybe.
Yeah.
Both former 49ers.
All of our pickups have panned out really well for us this year. So that's going to be one of the main concerns. We're going to get some people back.
Yep.
Terry and Noah Brown most likely coming back this week.
I don't really care about Noah Brown, but Terry is great.
Terry's going to be huge. I mean, guy who's had $33 million set aside for him every year. I mean, he should play football with us. We miss you too. And I love you. And I know that the Commanders' offense has been rolling with this Debo at wide receiver 1. So I'm kind of interested to see how Terry comes back into that. We saw it at the beginning of the season, though. I mean, Terry was regressed to the wide receiver 2. Yeah. Almost every game that he was playing.
Well, he's probably also still dealing with that injury. So I'm not going to I'm not going to look too much into it, but
if he's back, then hopefully he's good to go. And hopefully we can see the Terry that we all know and love. Maybe he'll get in the end zone, see a little peekaboo action, because I've missed it so much.
All I want to say on this game is I want Cliff Kingsbury to come out, and I want Adam Peters to come out, and I want Dan Quinn to come out, and I want Josh Harris to come out. And know that the coach on the opposing sideline took a call with them, was about to interview with them, then halfway on that plane journey, he said, "Nah, never mind, I'm good." Phone down, turned his plane around and went home.
Fucking bastard has a plane.
He knew he could have had Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams, and he chose, well, at the time he wasn't there, but he knew he was going to get the job eventually, probably. He chose Caleb Williams over Jaden Daniels.
I can't live with that.
Put him in the ground. Final score, 38-13 Commanders. I think we're going to expose that defense, and I think our defense can really hold them in check. I think they get 1 touchdown, maybe.
Yeah, it'll probably be a swift touchdown. They probably get, probably on the first drive, if I had to guess. Just waiting to see what the Commanders bring out against them, scheme-wise. I think if we can limit the big plays, if we can limit the tight end usage, I know Loveland has been shaky, but Komet, dog, both of our goats right there. Back when he wasn't playing on the Bears. But I like that if we can contain that, and especially that secondary, we blow them out. 33-13.
33-13. All right.
Yeah, I like it.
And
I think obviously a Commanders win, right?
Obviously. Yeah. Big Commanders win. Well, I think that's all we have for you this week after signing off for the second time now.
Yeah, for the first time that you guys will see. That second one's a brutal watch, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that'll be all from us. We will see you next week, hopefully with a Ben Johnson shaped casket on the wall for burying his ass at Northwest. So we will see you then.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.